Hello everyone, LRon here with part 81 of my total Terraria world Annihilation. So let's see, where was I was in the middle of a rant, and I kind of lost the moment because I had to cut it after I noticed I went over. Let's see. Yes. And so then, shortly after opening the floodgates, I stepped up for a moment so that all that honey was off screen for some reason. I needed a breather, or I needed to check my phone, I wanted to be safe or something. And I come back down and all the honey's gone. Where did it go? This isn't water. It shouldn't do that. You know, for some reason I'm imagining that being on a shirt now. Honey isn't water. Um, But in any case, once my blood stopped boiling over all that, my faith in the honey system completely dissolved. So that was also a factor that played in. So there was both the not wanting to deal with leftovers, and then also the fact that, you know, the main course wasn't going to even show up to the event anyways. So yeah, honey is dead to me, and I just have to deal with the loose ends associated with severing that connection. And then, of course, I'm running into stray natural honey from the hives inside the jungle. So that's more to deal with, but at least that's all going to be in manageable quantities and in regions that actually need some lava to be dealt with. So at least there's that. I had the fortune of placing that honey farm on the dungeon side, which meant that the jungle side was left pristine. And so the jungle side is kind of the last frontier when it's gonna come down to eradicating the lava. Unrelated note. Is it just me, or have I had like 10 or 15 solar eclipses in the course of the past 2 or 3 cohorts? It seems kind of amazing that that all worked out that way. Um, Looks like video 4 is working on the central flank now. So that's exciting. And then I basically get annoyed with all the spiders that are coming in here, so I go on a bit of a witch hunt and hammer out all their spawn points. And then I also take out the parts that's below the actuator line so that the webbing doesn't disrupt the sequence of events, because I think that will slow the water down because it needs to take that moment to destroy the web, which could prove to be some form of nuisance. Looks like camera 2 did the final update to the right flank, just making a second staircase to kind of double the trickle factor. Um, so yeah, I guess these are certainly exciting times, because as you can see in camera 4, the lava level is extremely low, right below the actuators. That is probably on the order of like one more flip of the switch worth, if I were the type of person who wanted to get rid of all of it before moving on. But I do add to the pool by mining some more, because generally I don't want to reach rock bottom unless there's no more lava to be done, because it seems inefficient otherwise. So I'm just making the pool of lava big enough to never run out in the middle of a dumping of a reservoir. And then generally, this hell landscaping sequence uh, takes not enough time for the next drop, so I'll often need to supplement with another action. In the course of the cohort, I often went with mining the east a bit more. And I guess technically I could start doing the west again, since I no longer care about that lava pumping farm. Although I think I want to hold off on that until all of the honey's gone. That way I can essentially use the water from that farm as kind of like a secondary reservoir. Um, oh yeah, so camera 3, that's where people watching are probably going, "Hey LRon, where's your quality control? You just got killed by a stray block." Yeah, I felt equally dumb by getting killed by that stray block. Um, And I guess my answer to you would be I have to fine tooth comb the entire planet to hammer out all of the back wall. So, since I have to do that considerably slower than I would with the drill containment units, I will have plenty of time to scour the lands for stray blocks. So I'll have to do uh, a pass uh, in the Hell region that doesn't involve hammering for the most part, given the fact that there isn't too much to hammer there. There's really just those few fortresses. Um, but that will take place at some point, so um, there will be no blocks by the time the project's done, but there is room for bugs in the system that will be eradicated before I give the final seal of approval. Looks like camera 3 is finally hooking up the central reservoir filling flank. I think at a slightly later point in time I add the little staircases to the side, but I had to go on a witch hunt for some timers, which I think was the final straw for the honey mine. So I destroy the entire honey mine and take all of the 1 second timers that were left behind there. And do basically a first pass at getting rid of the remainder honey. And collecting those inlets. And then once honey started flowing, I turned that off and was able to gather those safely. And then, as you've seen with camera 4, it's a great success. That central reservoir does wonders to the speed of preparing for the next drops of water. Alright, that about does it for this cohort. I will see you next cohort.